I can tell that you're undecided between buying the Matrixyl 10% or the buffet, but you have come to the right place, sis, because in this video, I'm gonna tell you which one you should buy according to your needs. Now, to be honest, when I was looking into buying them for the first time, I was very confused myself, but after having tried both of them extensively, I'm actually on my second bottle of peptide and third bottle of Matrixyl. I am here to tell you the differences in consistency, the differences in result, the differences in where you should apply it, when you shouldn't apply it, which one has proven to be more effective according to science, and much more. So if you are interested, then keep on watching. So the first thing I want to address right here in front of everybody is the consistency. I will say this, it is exactly the same. It is just a watery consistency. The spreadability is amazing. The feeling on the skin is quite similar as well. I will say, however, I have noticed that the Matrixyl does sting a little bit more. The buffet, I feel like on my skin is just a little bit more gentle, and I feel like it's because the buffet contains less Matrixyl in it, whereas this one is just pure straight out Matrixyl. So maybe the Matrixyl is stronger, and in that reason it stings a little bit more. Now let's move on to when you should apply it, how you should apply it. You can apply both of these, both in the morning, both at night. There is no specific reason why you maybe couldn't apply it in the morning. Like we know, for example, you cannot and you better not apply retinol in the morning because retinol gives you photosensitivity. You can only apply it at night. But this really, it isn't bothered by the sun. She can go through it. I will, however, give you a little quick tip. You should never mix this with other acids. So for example, AHAs, BHAs, hyaluronic acid is a little bit of a touchy feely. Like she can go well with the Matrixyl and the buffet, but sometimes they be feuding, they be fighting over the same man, so they got issues together, but they could still work. So personally, that is why I like to use both of them in my nighttime routine, because I can mix them with my niacinamide, I can mix them with my retinols, I can mix them with my other ingredients I use at night, whereas in the morning, I just use my vitamin C's and my antioxidants. But anyways, I know what you're really here for, sis. The real good tea, the juiciness, the tea imported from China, the good tea. And that is which one was most effective and which one I've seen better results with. I have to say, I truly love both. Like they work very much exactly quite the same. However, in my experience, I feel like the Matrixyl did give me a little bit more results. Both of these will actually give you a lot more firmness in the skin and actually stimulate the collagen and elastin production in the skin, because peptides are collagen stimulators. So not only are they gonna fight wrinkles and fine lines and are possibly considered the new retinol. Like, you know, I feel like the retinol is the king of anti-aging, but she's the queen.
Hey, queen.
And sometimes we all know, especially my straight couples out there watching, that in a marriage, the wife is the one that really holds the rein and really wears the pant in the relationship. It's just the truth. I'm sorry.
I pray that you will do the same for me.
That you will do the same for me, really.
I'll never do that. But it's nice to know that you're gonna be my little bitch.
So really, I feel like this is the queen, and in that case, she might be ruling a little bit. But anyways, enough with the analogy. As I was saying, this is gonna be amazing for treating wrinkles, but also it's gonna improve the firmness in your skin and tone in the skin. And now I know that that can maybe sound very abstract, like how can I see the improvement of tone and firmness in the skin?
I wanna know that. Okay. I really want to know that.
And that is mainly through light reflectivity. So what I really saw is just an improvement in how my skin was reflecting the light. When light was hitting my skin, it was just a lot more glowier, shinier. Also, like if I give you an example, I do have highlighter now, but as you can see on my cheeks, this is where the light hits and reflects, right? Before I was using these two Matrixyls and the buffet, I feel like it was just a little bit lower. It was also just reflecting less of a light, also especially on the forehead. My skin is definitely glowier and brighter without makeup, without highlighter. However, after using both, I feel like they're very much on a tie. However, if one were to point a gun on my head and ask me to choose a favorite, you know how you really wouldn't choose a favorite between your children, but if you're forced to, you might maybe do. Well, I feel like I think I prefer the Matrixyl, if I have to say that. I maybe see a little bit more results, but it's just very much imperceptible. So according to my experience, I really cannot give you a definite answer. However, if we look at the science and we just base our decision off the science, which I'm gonna tell you you right now, then there is definitely a winner between the two. First of all, I have to say, I have to exclaim, peptides are just a really new thing in skincare. Like, they haven't been around for a long time. The retinols, they are veterans. She's the newbie in skincare. However, she seems very promising. There have been a little bit more studies in the recent years. However, it's very much still, is it working? Does it actually do anything? It's like walking on eggshells with this.
I think it's like everyone understanding that we all have different priorities, and like working is just, it's not my top priority. It's never going to be.
However, there are some promising studies, one especially made by the University of Reading, which is actually the university where I'm currently studying at, so, you know, I'm quite proud of my uni for this. But basically, they were unrelatedly studying Matrixyl 3000, which is actually what is contained in the Matrixyl 10% plus HA. However, in laboratory conditions, they still found out that the Matrixyl 3000 was actually stimulating collagen production. So, I mean, they haven't really tested it on a human, so we're not quite sure about that specifically. However, this is just very promising results. So, I mean, if we're basing it off studies, at least this one seems to be promising and actually has studies that prove the Matrixyl 3000 works. It actually is also in 10% solution, so it's quite a very high percentage of Matrixyl, and you'd have very much good chances to actually be able to stimulate the collagen production. But now, if we were to move on to the buffet, however, the Matrixyl concentration is just very much lower. This, however, also compensates by having other peptides in it, like for example Cinake that I remember, and also another version of Matrixyl, which is Matrixyl 6000. However, the Matrixyl 6000 really doesn't have any studies at all, and also the other peptides contained in this, they have very much less studies and less results actually proven that this could work. So I mean, if we were to just purely base our judgment and decision through science, then I would actually have to tell you, you would be better off just buying the Matrixyl 10%. However, this is where you have to really decide if you're more of a risk taker or you want to be more of just like sure Jan. And let me tell you what I mean by this, because we don't know what the future reserves in skincare. We might actually find out that the Cinake or the Matrixyl 6000 in this are a lot more effective than the Matrixyl 3000 contained in the Matrixyl 10% plus HA. So if that turns out to be the case in the future, then you would have been much better off at buying the buffet because it has that really effective peptide that we don't know of yet. And if you were to just stick with the Matrixyl 3000, then you might be missing out for a lot of years of just not using that beneficial peptide. So really, as you can see, you just have to decide, do you want to take a risk? Do you want to be more sure and just go with the sure route? I personally am alternating, like once I finish a bottle of the Matrixyl, I'll switch to the buffet, or I don't see the problem of mixing both. Like, you could literally buy both at the same time if you want to be extra. The best of both worlds, like Hannah Montana says. So maybe if you don't want to take any chances, that could be a way around it. But really, as you can see, I'm not even sure of which one I prefer because they're so similar. This is why I made this video for you guys, so that you maybe can decide and make a better judgment, a more informed judgment by yourself, and actually make your decision yourself so that you don't have to be responsible. I'm washing my hands. I feel like that was a biblical reference of some kind.
I am pregnant. And it is Jesus.
Did Jesus wash his hands, or it was someone else that washed his hands because he didn't want to deal with Jesus? God damn it, I studied 5 years of church studies and I forgot everything. Wow, what a shame. Jesus would be ashamed of me. He would be disappointed. Ah, replace all that knowledge with skincare.
Take whatever you got and get out of my house. In Jesus' name, I pray.
But anyways, guys, I'm sorry I couldn't give you a definite answer. However, if I've maybe convinced you into buying one of them too, or both, because as you can see, I've got both. But I am actually gonna make it real easy for you because you know your girl always got you covered. So I actually bought both of these on Amazon. The buffet, if I'm not mistaken, and I remember correctly, it was around $19.90, and the Matrixyl was around 16 Royal British pounds. And ma'am, I got you covered. I made it real easy because I actually found the cheapest price listing that I could find on Amazon US and Amazon UK, and I linked it down below in the pinned comment for you to buy it. So if you want to buy that, then literally all you gotta do is literally click that link. But anyways, as I was saying, if you watch other videos of mine, you would know that this is just very much a quick video for me. But But if you still enjoyed it, then sis, I would ask you very much kindly for you to join the random family. So by subscribing and turn the bell icon so you don't miss any of my uploads, because let me tell you, we are very crazy and obsessed with skincare. So if you too feel the same way, or maybe you're just struggling with acne, struggling with fine lines and wrinkles, or you just want to get your skincare routine down to the T, girl, this is the place perfect for you. Join the random family. And also, if you want to see more behind the scene, maybe see a little bit more of my craziness and what is going on in my head, then I would ask you to maybe follow me on my Instagram right over there, because we keep it real there as well. And also, don't hesitate to DM me in case you have any issues with your skin and you want to maybe talk one-on-one. I would love to help you out with that as well. But anyways, to my randoms who are still watching, let's move on to the Italian word of the video, shall we? But anyway, since the video was about these two, and as I've said multiple times, they are basically exactly the same. Like, you could say they are sisters from a different mistress. Then the Italian word of the video is actually going to be sorella, or in plural, sorelle, which is sister/sisters in English. So once again, if you were to ever travel to Italy and you maybe found your long lost sister, you could scream "Oh mio Dio," which is "Oh my god, mia sorella," my sister. So now next time you go to Italy for your holidays in the summer, watch out for your long lost sister. Ma'am, excuse me, I know, I'm aware that this video was very short. However, if you want to maybe deepen the bond that we have going on, maybe see a little bit more of me, because you really haven't had the chance to really taste my juiciness and my essence and what I really stand for in this video, then what I recommend is actually watch one of these two videos right here, not the ones recommended on the column. Don't use the YouTube suggestion. Use these two videos, so much better. I know that for sure. But oh, remember to be random and always be random. Watch them though now. Or I will call your long lost sister and disown you from the family. All right.